They've been promoted, but they haven't been prepared. And it's costing you and your company more than you realize.
It's one of the most common challenges inside today's organizations, and one of the easiest to miss until some pretty severe symptoms start showing up.
This is about first time managers who are given responsibility but not readiness. Hi, I'm Alexander Van Buren, president of Skill Builder Seminars. You know, they were top performers. They earned trust. They got promoted, maybe even quickly. But no one ever really taught them how to manage. They're expected to lead others, but without ever having learned what leadership really means and what it requires. And the quiet gap? Well, it grows, and it grows until it shows.
You may already be seeing the signs inside your organization.
Are you seeing managers who are too much in the weeds? In other words, doing tasks themselves instead of guiding others? Do you see employees who feel uncertain and who are unclear on what's expected and hesitant to speak up about it? Do you hear performance conversations that should be happening but aren't? In other words, you're not hearing those important conversations, or they're happening too late. Delayed decisions is another one because new leaders aren't confident enough to make the call. Frustrated team members asking HR for clarity or for intervention. And another big symptom is increasing turnover in specific departments of your company, turnover that never used to be a problem. The symptoms don't always seem urgent. They don't scream for attention. They often show up very subtly on a report, in a survey, in a hallway comment. But when you zoom out, the pattern becomes very clear.
The truth is, when a first time manager isn't supported, the ripple effect touches everything.
There is a definite cost to inexperienced leadership. Productivity drops, trust erodes, and top performers leave. And your leadership pipeline weakens at the very place it should be strengthening. So, what's often missed in this is the moment someone becomes a manager, the nature of their value changes. This is a really important insight. It's no longer just about what they do, it's about what they cause to happen. And without training, many never make this shift. It's classic, in fact. The default is that they fall back on what they know, doing the work, solving the problems, and staying in their comfort zone when that's the last thing they need to do in their new manager role.
For the new manager, it can feel overwhelming and isolating. They're suddenly responsible for people that they used to work alongside of. And often they're unsure of how to hold people accountable without damaging relationships. They don't want to micromanage, but they're afraid to let go at the same time.
So they hover, or avoid, or overcorrect. Often they blame themselves quietly, thinking that they should already know how to do this. The truth? No one knows how to manage people until they're taught how. Leadership is a skill, not a personality trait, not a job title, not a reward.
Today's organizations are stretched thin. Budgets are tight, expectations are high, and internal promotions are often the fastest and the smartest way to build leadership capacity that you need.
But here's the issue. Without a process to support those transitions, you don't promote leaders. You promote problems. And that's not fair to them. It's not fair to their teams. And it's certainly not sustainable for any organization. So, what's the answer? Well, it starts with recognizing the transition from employee to manager as one of the most critical career shifts in your entire organization. That's really the key to making incredible progress when it comes to raising the quality and level of your managers. And then it's really about supporting that shift deliberately. What that means is teaching your new managers a whole new set of skills, skills like these. One, how to think like a leader, not just act like one. Two, how to delegate clearly and confidently instead of doing everything themselves. Three, how to coach instead of fix, because their job is now no longer about solving, it's about developing. Four, how to hold people accountable, give feedback, set standards, and build trust all at once. And five, how to lead conversations, drive clarity, create alignment, even when they feel unsure. And I'm sure you know it's not about theory. It's about practical, repeatable behaviors. It's about giving your managers the tools and frameworks they actually use every single day. Because leadership isn't an event, it's a practice. And first-time managers need a foundation that's strong enough to build on and to grow on.
At Skill Builder Seminars, we've spent more than 2 decades helping companies just like yours to turn employees, front end employees, new managers, into highly competent leaders who are grounded and effective.
And we specialize in creating one-of-a-kind custom training experiences, often with modeled patterns that aren't available in any other training by any other company. They're proprietary formulas that I and some of my handpicked team have actually gone out and modeled, and they're just one of a kind. So we really want to invite you to check us out. Go to skillbuilderseminars.com. Check out our All Seminars page. There are more than 50 unique trainings that contain one-of-a-kind modules, and we'd love to see how some of these might be a great fit for you and your teams and your company. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Alexander Van Buren, and I hope to see you in another video. See you then.